What's up, guys? This is Tomasz here. I'm standing in front of Boys and Girls Clubs of Collin County offices here in Frisco. I'm very thankful to be a part of that organization and to serve on the board of directors for almost 2 years now. And today I want to answer a question that was brought up to me, and that is, what are some of the most effective strategies that you have utilized to get in front of more business owners and more decision makers? And I want to provide you with 3 practical ways that I'm capitalizing on personally. Number one, because of my genuine efforts to get involved with some of the local nonprofits, including Boys and Girls Clubs of Collin County, I was able to build genuine relationships with some of the local decision makers and executives. Now, that wouldn't have happened if I were to seek to get involved to get access to that board. Those C-level folks, they can smell it from a mile, and I think it's essential to really follow your heart. And whenever you get involved to a nonprofit of choice, all of a sudden this new door of contacts will open up that you probably would have never had otherwise, because those folks work tirelessly, manage businesses, manage teams, and often stay in their caves. So that's number one. Number two, it's really diversification of your networking efforts. I feel like so many of us stretch ourselves too thin, or perhaps attend the same number and type of networking events on a weekly basis, and we don't really reflect on our results and what we're doing. And I think it's important to have some subscriptions to particular lists of groups of local organizations that host different events, and more particular events with speakers, events with decision makers, because all of a sudden you will be exposed to those folks that are providing value and are speaking on a topic, and then you can go after the event and introduce themselves and leave a lasting impression that you can then take to a coffee meeting or a lunch. Again, I think those are some of the most valuable networking events. But if you don't subscribe, if you don't track the websites and the events that particular groups are hosting, and if you're not on LinkedIn on a daily basis and Facebook, you will not know what's going on, and as a result, you will not capitalize on some of the fruits that are genuine relationships that you can then establish. And number 3, and more importantly, that's really effective utilization of the LinkedIn tool. I cannot stress this enough. I think if you spend an hour a day on LinkedIn, adding connections, really engaging with existing connections and with some of the content, building a community around you, I feel like that will ultimately then expose you to so much more people, because they will see that you're doing something that is meaningful, that is valuable for that community. So those are some of my favorite ways to really cultivate the relationships with the decision makers. I would love to get more questions from you guys. If you have a topic that you would like for me to address in some capacity and respond to your question in the form of a video, please send me a message, and I'm happy to do that for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch up with you next week. Cheers.